Hey guys, so welcome to kind of the discussion of franchising today with uBreakiFix by Asurion. As you can probably see on the slide, we've changed our name over the last few months to Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions. And this is a question our team gets a lot. Like, what's the benefit in not only joining Asurion, and we've been a partner of theirs since 2016, but what's been the benefit of changing over to Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions? So I just want to dive into the next slide, which kind of covers quite a few points of this. For us as a brand with uBreakiFix, prior to the partnership in 2016, if you were a customer with electronic repair, and by the way, I'm sure the name's a giveaway, uBreakiFix, we fix anything with a power button: smartphones, TVs, laptops, game consoles, and really anything, whether it's attached to the Wi-Fi or not in your house. We are pretty much able to fix all things electronic in our stores. We've got over 785 stores open as of today across the US and Canada. 61 stores in Canada. The rest of the 700 plus are here in the US. But yeah, to go back real quick, the name change for us was in 2021. Our leadership team decided uBreakiFix, we've done a phenomenal job, I think, to get to where we are today. The co-founders, which I'll discuss here in a moment, Justin, David, and Eddie, have done a phenomenal job from 2009 to 2021 to get to where we are today. But last year, we were really spending as a company corporately on marketing both uBreakiFix and Asurion at the same time. And Asurion itself has over 150 million subscribers across North America. I'll say that one more time: 150 million subscribers. I'm one of them. And so if somebody breaks your device, whether it's Verizon customer, AT&T customer, US Cellular, Cricket Wireless, the list goes on, you would historically have to send your device to one of Asurion's depots, and there's about 3 they had across the country. Well, back in 2016, we reached out to Asurion as uBreakiFix and said, we'd love to have the opportunity to fix your customers' devices. So we started off with Verizon and slowly added more clients of theirs across the country to our stores. And the name change for us, we now are able to tap into a bigger customer base across the country, which is phenomenal for our franchise owners to be able to have customers when they call up a Verizon or they call up Asurion directly, they will be offered the nearest Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions store in their market. In addition to that, we've offered different offerings with our franchise system across the country. In addition to a store, the franchise owner has the ability to add a van or vans, depending on the size of the market, to their area. And what this does, it allows really the customer, it's really a win-win. It allows the customer the option of, hey, I want to drive to the store, or like my wife would prefer someone to drive here. They fix the device in the driveway. We follow CDC regulations across the country. And it allows us, I guess it allows the customer to have more convenience based on their lifestyle, their schedule. We'll also drive to a place of business, their place of choice, and fix the device with our van. So there's over 700 vans across the country too, which has given us the ability to expand our offering. And so I just want to kind of touch on that as a question I get a lot of times is, what's the benefit for us? The big opportunity here is we can now focus on one name. A lot of people know the name Asurion. As I said, there's over 150 million subscribers. Just to change gears, I know a lot of people ask, how did the company start? What's the history of the company? So in 2009, Justin, the co-founder with David Reif and Eddie Trujillo, all close friends growing up, started the company. He dropped his device like most people do, and found an Apple store. And before I get into that kind of history here in more detail, I do want to jump to just the next slide. This is a question a lot of prospective franchisees ask before I get into the history of the company is, how do I get my hands on the FDD? How do I review the franchise disclosure document? How do I do my due diligence if I want to learn more about the brand? And there'll be more details following up today with just our website, There's discussions that we go into more detail on our Discovery Day, which is highlighted here. And for us, although you're not here today, this is kind of a quick overview of what we discuss at our Discovery Day. And we go through an initial call with a prospect to learn more about the brand. And that's typically through an online form you fill out if you want to learn more about the opportunities in your state or your province. We then invite you to a Discovery Day virtually. Right now we're doing them. We hope to go back in person here in the near future in Orlando, where we're headquartered. But right now we've been doing them virtually for the last 2 years or so. And after the Discovery Day, it's about a 3.5 hour event. We will then go into our franchise disclosure document. We share that with you electronically. In the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission to govern franchising, just asks that you acknowledge that document when you receive it, just so we know you've got a copy and you have a chance to review that with whether it's a friend, a family, an attorney that's reviewing it with you. We'll also share with you available geography in your market. We go over what's the population we're looking for an ideal store, the income, the household income, drive-by traffic, retailers that we look for in our 785 stores, what's kind of the ideal area we look for. We do a financial approval with every owner to make sure that they have the financial wherewithal, background checks as well. We also have, I'm sure a ton of questions you'll have as a prospective franchisee. So we set up multiple calls after our Discovery Day. We also give you a list of every owner in the country. So if you want to do more due diligence, and I call that a trust but verify call, if you want to verify the business locally, how it's doing, how's the partnerships, etc., you have that ability to call up as many owners as you would like to do your research. So for the next 15, 20 minutes, I've been kind enough to have this platform just to discuss really the first two topics here, the history of uBreakiFix and the purpose of why we're in business, and then the franchise program, supply chain logistics. I'll touch on that a little bit today, but we would dive into more of that if you ever had a chance to attend one of our Discovery Days in the future. So the history of uBreakiFix, and really, as I say, the name now being Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions. In 2007, and by the way, I live in this world. I live remotely, as you can probably tell from the noise with the lawnmower with my neighbors. So apologies if that's noisy on your side. 2007, though, Apple launched the first device, and this was really the catalyst for Justin, our co-founder, going in to an Apple store. And this is what really was the aha moment for uBreakiFix, now called Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions, going into business. Justin dropped his first device in 2009 here on the next slide. And like most people at the time, they went back to Apple, and Apple said, hey, Justin, you can get it fixed. It'll cost you roughly the same amount you bought it for, your device. And also, it will take a few days. You'll have to book an appointment and come back in a few days. So one, the value proposition wasn't really there. The price that cost almost the same amount as what it cost to buy the device. And also the fact that you had to come back after a few days wasn't ideal. So Justin said, you know what? I'm going to buy parts online. I'm going to learn this skill set myself and see if I can really kind of craft this and see if I can offer this to family and friends. And initially, it didn't go to plan. He actually, talking to him back in the day, he said he actually made it a little bit worse. There's a few videos and articles online, him discussing how the company started. And initially, he said, hey, it was challenging. But once he learned the skill over the weeks, he actually set up a shop locally and partnered with David Reif and Eddie Trujillo, two close friends, as I mentioned earlier, and co-founders with him. And the first store opened up in Orlando, did really well. There was no partnerships yet. It was really just hard work, word of mouth. It did just under 700,000 in 2009. So I think that really shows testament to our business, withstanding the times of really the recession. People ask us a lot, is your business or industry recession resistant? I really think it is. The fact that we did those numbers early on in our first store, I think it's really Amazon proof. I think it's pandemic proof. Going through in 2020, when the pandemic started, it was actually our best year to date in 2020. So this is how the company started. To fast forward a few years later, between 2010 and 13, we decided to go into other markets. We went in with family and friends to Los Angeles, to Atlanta. We also went into DC quite early on, Chicago. So we had a proven track record. We had a proven business model with 47 corporate stores across different states prior to franchising the business. And that's really testament to the co-founders doing that. And I think it would have been easy just to have one or two and then try and test the franchise model. The fact that they had almost 50 stores open, it gave a lot of early on franchise owners a lot of confidence, I believe, and really a peace of mind that this is a proven model. They've already got systems set up, which kind of touches on the slide. We had Portal, our back-end system, which we've only added and improved over the years. We've got over 20 full-time developers that work on our back-end system every day, called Portal. Portal is really the spine of the business. We spend about 30 to 40 minutes at our discovery day showing you a demonstration of how it works, and it's proprietary that we built ourselves years ago. We also opened up our first distribution center early on in Orlando, Florida. We were bursting at the seams in terms of our distro, so we moved that to Louisville, Kentucky a few years ago, and at the World Port in Louisville. So that's just a quick history of where we started in terms of franchising. We then, a year later in 2014, we went into Canada. Let me go back one here. So Canada, we do have stores there, 61 stores. There's still some great markets available. And at this time as well, between 2010 and 15, we achieved 1 million repairs. And as a brand, we were pretty happy with that. But the following year, we blew that number out the water. In 2016, we did 1.1 million compared to the prior first 5 years, and we achieved 1 million. So there was something definitely in 2016 achieving 1.1, which allowed us just significant increase. And you might be asking, what caused that? A big part of that was we got serious as a brand. We got serious about strategy. We had the ability to go in different directions, but for us, we felt the opportunity definitely was lying at repair and other offerings we could add and provide in our store to customers to offer them the best service possible, to build up a customer base locally where customers would come back to our store. I'll touch on today a little bit about Home Plus. Home Plus is a huge opportunity for franchise owners to really sell at a phenomenal product. It really allows your team, your technicians, your managers to be incentivized to sell this product, which is phenomenal. So just want to touch on that here in a little bit. But the three types of customers, and this is a question I get a lot, like what type of customer walks into your store? So the three types of customers we typically see are out of warranty, probably fairly obvious, but customer doesn't have insurance. They go on their laptop, or maybe they go on their smartphone if they can still see it, if it's not broken too much, or maybe go on their friend's or spouse's device and types in iPhone repair, Google repair, Samsung repair. So our marketing team does a phenomenal job of trying to achieve you being on page one as the store, both SEO and paid advertising. So that allows, again, you to be visible to customers when they type in those keywords. And that's out of warranty. In warranty, not a big part of our business, but if somebody broke their device, let's say it was Samsung. Samsung's one of our partners across the country, both in the US and Canada. And if somebody breaks their device and it's in warranty, like a defected part, they would be sent to the nearest Asurion Tech Repair and Solution store in the marketplace. The third one, which has been growing, the third type of customer, which has been growing rapidly over the last 24 to 36 months, is extended warranty. Extended warranty, a great example of this is Asurion. So if somebody breaks their device and they've bought insurance on Verizon or AT&T as an example, and they go and make a claim online or call up Asurion, they're going to end up at one of our stores locally, or they'll have the ability to book an appointment for someone to come out to them and fix it at their home or place of work for convenience. We also, as you can probably see on this slide, we fix, in air quotes here, anything with a power button. So we truly believe that if somebody walks into our stores, we want to take care of them. Customer service is our number one focus. It's the reason we have a very big customer repeat business coming back to our stores, and some on a weekly basis, some are a bit more I guess, clumsy than others. I guess I'm in that category too. And some people come back with their spouse's device, their son or daughter's device. We're all about household acquisition. So it allows us the ability, whether someone comes in with their laptop or somebody comes in with their TV, their phone, whatever it is, we want to be able to say, we can take care of you. And by the way, we know the average house has about 15, give or take 15 electronics in their house across the US and Canada. We know if we take care of that customer the first time, it's likely going to come back to us. Another question I get sometimes is like, what's your kind of mission statement as a brand? Like, what are you looking to achieve? And this is really the last point on this slide: serve, solve, sell. We want to serve the customer the best way possible. How do we do that? We really achieve that by offering the best times, whether it's a repair in our store, or it's somebody driving to them locally in their marketplace. We want to offer the best times possible. And we also want to offer the best part quality. You know, our partnerships with Samsung, Google, we're also on Apple's IRPP program. It gives us the ability to access OEM parts. So it gives the customer not only confidence, but it also builds up, I think, trust for other devices they bring back to us that, hey, this is the store to go to because we know we're getting the best part possible because of the relationship. We're authorized with Samsung and Google, which is a huge deal to customers. As long as we serve them, we then get into the store and solve their issue. Obviously, whether it's a battery replacement, a phone that's broken, an LCD issue, whatever it is, we then build up trust to then sell them on Home Plus, on accessories that we offer. And this is what makes our business really unique. I know I'm speaking fast here. I'm from Scotland too, so hopefully you're sticking with me here. But this sell aspect, if we take care of the solve and the serving, the first 2 points, we've given the customer, I think, the ability to say, you should possibly look at an accessory to cover your device. You should also look at Home Plus. Home Plus covers all things in your house that are attached to the Wi-Fi. And instead of spending $150 next time on your laptop or your TV, why don't you cover it for $24.99 a month? And it can cover all the devices in your house. And it's not the smartphone. The smartphone itself is under a different, with the wireless company you work with, have a different insurance plan. But everything else that you can think of in your house that someone can pick up, bring to the store, and it's covered. And I've got a slide here in a moment that shows what is covered. I'm aware of time here. I've got another 7 or 8 minutes left. So let me dive into the last few slides. This is where we are as a company over the last, since 2009 starting, how we've grown. Last year, we finished at 767, and we just hit March 1st today. Happy March, everybody on the call. We just hit 786 stores as of today. So we'll likely finish the end of the year with another 120, 130 stores on top of the 786 by the end of 2022. So got a phenomenal team that works with all of our franchise owners, that Ryan Frost, our director, oversees in terms of real estate, site selection, lease negotiation. You have a team that support you day one as a franchise owner to get your store open. And even as you're opening up, you have a business consultant that you can reach out to with any questions. There's an ongoing training program that we provide. There's an initial training for approximately 5 weeks at the very start to do repair training, owner training. We train you up on our software system. So you're not left in the dark when you sign a franchise agreement with us. There are multiple teams. There's actually over 200 corporate employees on the Asurion Tech Repair and Solution side that are there to support you as a franchise owner. We have a dedicated customer care team that are there 30 minutes before your store opens, 30 minutes after. There's a help desk to help your technicians throughout the day if they have any questions. So just a ton of, I guess I should say, support and options for you as the owner and also your team in the store. On just a few other slides here before I wrap up, we have got just over 700 vans as of today, and I mentioned this earlier, that are attached to a franchise owner's store. So once an owner opens a store, typically within about 6 months approximately, our van team will reach out to you, discuss adding this van to your network, and you'll have customers that you will call up your store and say, hey, I don't want to leave my house today, or I'm at a meeting all day, I'm on Zoom all day. Can you come to my house or can you come to my place of work and fix it? So again, this just adds an extra layer phenomenal opportunity. And right now in the US, we cover just over 90% of customers within a 10-mile drive time with both our stores and our vans. So we're getting to the point where we're able to cover almost every single customer, which is exciting, across the US. And in Canada, slightly less with our stores that we have there. And there's still a great opportunity in that market for store growth. Changing gears, just want to show you the actual cover to give you kind of a picture here of how many stores, 785 open. And I mentioned this at the start, in terms of just the growth. We have got, as of today, we've got just over, we've just serviced just over 13 million devices. And in terms of the FDD, our franchise disclosure document, our average stores top line, or I should say, top sales do 857 on average. You might be asking, what does the worst stores do? What do the average stores across the country? What's the best stores do? Can you kind of break them all down for me? We're happy to do that on a call, on a follow-up. Today, I just have about 25 to 30 minutes to go over kind of a high level, but would be honored to set up a call with anybody who wants to learn a bit more about the company. Along the way, we've made cool friends, and this is where I'll kind of wrap up some of the cool friends before I pass it back on over to the host.
I would suggest that there are no coincidences. I say that quite often. And so I know Eric, as we've talked about it since, was somebody that was cold calling around Asurion.
When I called them, when we initially had that discussion, the discussion was really touching on customer experience for them.
Up until our conversation with uBreakiFix, if your tablet had broken, you really only had one choice. You actually had to mail the tablet into one of our local repair centers, and we would repair it and send it back to you.
And I think, as we all know, customers, their device is darn close to their best friend. And so to switch out their best friend for a new one sometimes is uncomfortable.
But we didn't really know a lot about uBreakiFix, so before we wanted to do something in a big way, we actually trialed it with uBreak to see how that would actually work for our customers and for our client.
And quite honestly, we did side-by-side comparisons of another company at that time, and uBreakiFix just, by far was superior in terms of quality.
Just to follow up with the partnership, I mentioned earlier today we have 150 million clients that use Asurion. And the Asurion clients, this is most of them that are up here. So most of you'll probably know their household names across not only the US, some are global. Asurion do have a presence in over 20 countries. They've got 300 million clients in total, or subscribers, I should say. 150 million are here. And Asurion, by the way, they're based in Nashville. They've been around since 1994. They're going nowhere. They are a phenomenal company. If you get a chance to go on Asurion.com's website, a big part of us being acquired by them in 2019 and being a win-win is we can service their customers better. And when I say better, we can do it in less than 2 hours typically, versus sending the device away to a different, a depot, which takes a few days. They send you a refurbished device. And now it's really a win-win. We can service their customers, and they take care of our franchise owners at the local level. I do have a couple of their partnerships just to show you here. I've got Samsung and Google. Google being the first one, of just how this partnership started and where it is today.
I started looking into the market, and then I randomly stumbled into uBreakiFix through some LinkedIn search or whatever. I found Eddie in the search, and I immediately pinged him, hey, do you guys want to come talk about what you guys do? And that's when it all started. We wanted to do something different in the market. We wanted to leapfrog our competition. We don't have physical stores, but we wanted to give the customers a same-day walk-in repair experience.
What was really great about it was uBreakiFix's ability to really think comprehensively, right? Because the other really important thing about customer experience is, it's every single individual customer.
It plays exactly into kind of the value-added services stream, right? Where it's a strategic offering which we are giving out to really delight our customers out there outside of their warranty period.
We've been really successful, right? And we're creating customer experiences that are very positive and that the industry is really looking for and really excited about.
The challenging parts are around going to be how to keep up with the ever-changing models that we are launching and ever-changing, expanding breadth of products that we are launching.
I think there are so many opportunities. When you look at what customers are looking for, it's always, again, real time. How do I get solutions to my problems as quickly as possible? And how do I get them delivered to me in the way that I want?
We can use uBreakiFix or the store footprint in new and interesting ways in order to deliver services outside of just repair to our end customers.
Ultimately, our business succeeds based on how we deliver an experience to every single individual, not some generic, way of doing this for the masses, but individual experiences where you make connections with customers. And so uBreakiFix has been great about really looking at delivering that for our customers.
And then the Samsung partnership here. This is the second major OEM that joined us in 2018, and honored to have Google join us. That partnership allows us to access their quality parts. We're also Google authorized, so when a customer breaks a device, if they call up Google, they'll end up at one of our stores, similar to Samsung. And Samsung do work with a few other companies across the US, but the majority of customers know to come to our stores at the local level if they break their device. So we are the Samsung authorized provider for their clients.
Partnership is like dating, and each partner has to get to know each other better. And I think where Samsung is getting to know uBreakiFix is also a challenge and a journey in itself. Through a series of meetings, Justin and his team went through with us exactly step by step the uBreakiFix experience.
So I think the biggest thing that I've heard that really stands out to me is the thought process behind being able to fix anything that has a power button. I think that's a really, really unique way to look at service and repair.
You could see that these guys knew what they were doing. They've developed really good systems to run their business. They've got a good model that's expanding.
And sure enough, we found out there's some really common goals between Samsung and uBreakiFix.
Being able to have that service destination for customers, not only for Samsung and uBreakiFix as organizations, but for the business owners that own each one of the locations as well.
Not only do we, is it important that they have a good business and everything's solid, but you also want people you like because you're going to be working with them.
That's what we're looking for, is good people doing what they do best, being honest with their customers, and really driving a great customer experience.
I think we're at a point in this partnership where we feel like we're working for one another. And working for one another in the sense that, we want to be able to see uBreakiFix succeed, and uBreakiFix wants to see Samsung succeed.
We fix anything with a power button. This is the quick glance of what we fix in the household. Multiple devices. We don't just fix smartphones. We fix multiple devices in the house. These are just some of the things we fix over the years too. Believe it or not, customers come in with some interesting devices to fix. We can't fix them all the time, but my point in showing this slide is if you take care of the customer with some random possibly device they come in, the likelihood is they're going to come back to you with their phone, their laptop, their TV. So never say no to a device, whether it's our most random device like some of these on here. And the likelihood is they'll come back because you've taken care of them with that device. And last but not least, I want to finish on this slide. Asurion Home Plus is the product I mentioned earlier that you as the franchise owner can offer in your stores. It gives you the ability to not only increase the average ticket, but to incentivize your team to sell this product. So I think to end on this, when you're hiring, if you decide to look at this franchise more, the best people to hire are people with some form of sales ability, sales background. We can train someone on the repair side, but it's difficult to train someone to be nice and have that sales background. So that part is something we usually encourage you to do. So thank you so much. I know this has been a quick 25 minutes and hopefully understood the Scottish accent throughout the call. Would love to have a conversation with you in the future if you want to learn more. And Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening.